This is Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville, pictured here with a football. And again, here with a football. Just in case you forgot that his only contribution to the United States has been being a football coach and now screwing over the military. I really want to spend just too much time talking about the fact that his name is Tommy Tuberville and that I found two different photos of him tossing a football into the air because it's so funny. It's so funny when these manly men use props because it's so theatrical. But also, his name is Tommy Tuberville. It sounds like a rejected Rugrats villain, but we don't have time. We do not have time. This man is holding up national security. Much in the way he's throwing the... No, we don't have time. So this guy has been denying the promotions of people in the military. He is a first-term senator for Alabama. He has been single-handedly holding up over 265 promotions of the highest brass in the armed services, to the point now where 3 different branches do not have their top guy. For the first time in American history, we do not have a Senate-confirmed leader in the Army, the Marines, and the Navy. Why is Tommy Tuberville doing this, you ask? Because he's mad about abortion. I tried to green screen my head as the football for a little bit of levity, but it doesn't recognize the green. Coach TT, he's just really angry that the military is paying people travel expenses when they have to go to a different state to get the medical procedure they need in order to keep military readiness, ready. See, the military understands that it's a medical procedure. It's a medical procedure that in order for their troops to be at their best, need access to. And because of the absurd political posturing of multiple states around the Union, it has become difficult for military bases, which are often put in the worst places imaginable, to get that reproductive health care for the people under their command. So, they need to get it, and they're gonna go get it. So what do? They pay them travel expenses. And that makes Tommy so mad. But not as mad as poetry! Yeah, old Tubbs here went on Fox News and was moaning about how we'll never beat China because somebody was reading a poem on an aircraft carrier. You know, that time-honored tradition of soldiers writing and or reciting poetry? So time-honored, in fact, that it became our fucking national anthem? I found another one. Do you know how many poems I was introduced to because of the military? Do you know what the required reading is for the officers in the military? They like well-rounded people. That's why they send officers off to liberal arts colleges. But it wasn't enough to just go on Fox News and complain about the poetry. He had to interrupt a Senate Armed Services, I forgot the word committee, a committee hearing to grill the Chief of Naval Operations about a non-binary sailor saying that her favorite moment in the military was reading a poem over the loudspeaker. Again, that thing that's a tradition in both the Navy and armed services. And if you watch the video, the Chief of the Navy has a beautiful teardown of this man and his silly question, and supported the sailor under his command because of course he did. But why are we wasting time with this? And maybe that's it. Maybe Tuberville, maybe old Tubbs really just hates wokeness, to his core, and it's making him a bunch of money to loudly yell about it. Maybe that's really where this ends. But let's put our conspiracy hats on for a moment, shall we? Hundreds and hundreds of Republican lawmakers and donors have signed on to something called Project 2025, which is a document of all their plans to overthrow basically all the political norms if a Republican wins the 2024 election. And a big part of Project 2025 is replacing people at various levels of the federal government with loyalists. Maybe 265 of the highest ranking members of the officer class of the military. Do you think that it would be beneficial to people who are trying to overthrow the government after they already failed once to replace the military with loyalists? Do you think that maybe this guy is doing more than just saying he's mad about abortion and causing this national security crisis? In an unprecedented move, by the way, 3 of the highest ranking civilian members of those branches have publicly started pressuring him to stop doing this because of how dangerous this is for national security. It's not good when you don't have the people at the highest ranks of the thing that you use for national defense. And it's harming all of the families involved because these people, it comes with money and housing and like benefits when you get promoted from one rank to another. And there are like children who are supposed to be moving schools who aren't being moved because of just one guy. And all of that aside, it really, really seems like there's more to this. Like, are we really going to pretend that they planned for every other level of the federal government, but then forgot about the military? It's Republican hypocrisy at its finest. This guy is actively harming the military. He's actively doing damage. And he's pretending that, I'm doing it for, I'm helping things. No, he's not. This is just further proof that Republicans will burn down everything if you don't capitulate to their demands. And we shouldn't have a system where one junior senator can throw off our national defense and impact the apoliticality of the military, a thing that is crucial to the whole point of this country. Most military commanders will live through 4 or 5 presidents of various parties. So it's really, really important that we don't install loyalists. But obviously, they're gonna try. So, be worried about this, I guess. It's pretty much nothing you can do. Write letters, maybe? Call your congressman? Demand change. Actually, I was thinking about it, and one way you might let Tommy know that you don't like what he's doing is maybe send him your favorite poem. I'm sure his staff, with their publicly available emails and addresses, would just love to sort through thousands and thousands of poems.